Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently showing a little bit of downside pressure, just a little bit, as we're consolidating below that 100% extension level there at around 74k pretty much. Bitcoin obviously pushed higher today, but yeah, it's getting more and more difficult for Bitcoin to keep grinding higher. We have a lot of overlapping price action, and here on the shorter time frame chart, we can see that it's looking more and more like an ending diagonal. I mean, that's what we've been tracking anyway, an ending diagonal structure, lots of overlap, and a difficult structure to track. Basically now this move to the downside that we see right now is an expected dip, talked about in the previous video. Let's talk about it in more detail. I'm only going to cover the 1 hour time frame, and tomorrow, in the video tomorrow, we are going to talk about the longer time frame, the daily time frame again. Before we dive in, let me just shift these waves across these labels. It's a relentless exercise because the price obviously moves on. So what is the status here on this chart? You know, what's the expectation? So to keep it very simple, for anybody who's not so interested in the wave count or just wants it very simple, we need to see for trend continuation higher that yesterday's swing low is holding, and that swing low was at 68,580. As long as this level is holding, I would expect a further direct upside continuation, maybe one more high, yeah, maybe two, into the mid 70k region, and the 76k level here, the 1.236 extension, is the next target. However, the pattern is technically full. We have the minimum number of waves required on this chart to call this move to the upside technically complete, which means we need to be very much aware that a top could be in. The risk is very high here. I do not see, let's say, I see a high probability for a larger degree pullback into the high to mid 50k region. However, at the moment, there is nothing in this chart other than a reduction in positive momentum, but there's nothing in the chart that confirms that the trend is changing. So we are still pushing higher, we're still forming higher highs and higher lows, and as long as yesterday's low is holding, I continue to track further upside and expect another high and another high. A break below yesterday's low will be first indication that a top has formed, a more substantial top in the larger degree third wave here already. Yeah, it allows for one more upside, one more move up, of course, because this move up can just grind higher. However, we are now at a point where the risk is increasing, and also a lot of coins are due a pullback. Yeah, for example, AVAX, for example, NIR, for example, ICP. ADA could do a wave 2 pullback at any point. Yeah, there are certain coins that are due pullbacks, or at least there's a potential. So the risk is quite high. Whatever that means for you and your portfolio, you need to decide, but the risk is definitely high. A deeper pullback, in my opinion, would be a gift to accumulate a little bit. Now a lot of new people have come into the space, have bought very high, and naturally when that happens, typically there is at some point a deeper pullback that will kick a lot of people out of the market again in fear and allow for those who are waiting for a pullback to accumulate. So looking at the very short term, as I said, we have the number of waves required to complete this move. We have 5 waves up in yellow. In the yellow scenario, we have 5 waves up. A top could be in, but I think it would still look better with one more high. That doesn't mean we have to get it, because as mentioned in the last video, if we take a look at the micro pattern, 30-minute chart, this move up here. So if we say, okay, this is the yellow count, then the 5-wave move would be a diagonal. So that means if the wave 4 bottomed yesterday, then this move up is a wave 5. And if this is a wave 5, it's an A, B, C structure. So I want to explain to you what's going on the micro level. So move up 3 waves. This could be a B wave pullback and then a C wave rally. This B wave pullback was basically discussed in the previous video. We did say that, hey, this move down looks like 5 waves. So expect further downside. This move up looks like 3 waves. We could get another 5-wave move down. As long as we stay, this stays a 3-wave move and we stay above yesterday's low, I call it an ABC structure in the yellow count, and further upside can happen against that low. But because this move down that occurred today was a 5-wave move, we said it's high, let's say it's at least probable to see a little bit further downside. Possibly, you know, into the region of around 71,300, maybe a little lower, yeah? 71K. If, however, it doesn't stop after 3 waves down and it forms a 4 and a 5, well, that would be definitely good confirmation that a top has formed, especially if those 5 waves break below yesterday's low and also below 66,526. Which means that what we have to watch out for, that this stays a 3-wave move. All eyes need to be on yesterday's low. If that level breaks, it already increases probabilities that a top has formed, a more substantial top. And if it turns into a 5-wave move, that's even further confirmation. But until that happens, I think this can easily still extend higher. I'm still watching for further upside, but it's not highly probable. It's just that the trend is still up and we haven't seen any indication that the trend is over. Well, the first indication I've seen today is this 5-wave move down, but it's only on the 5-minute chart and not very reliable. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.